Hey everyone, welcome back to Anime Brews. I'm Aryan, and today we're going to talk about a manga called Look Back. So the story and art of this manga is done by none other than the famous Tatsuki Fujimoto, who did mangas such as Fire Punch, and the most popular series of him is Chainsaw Man. So I wanted to look into this manga because it is a single volume manga, as you can see, and the entire story is given here. And I have heard a lot of good things about this adaptation, the anime movie that came out, and I haven't read or watched any of it. So I wanted to look into the manga first and then maybe dive into the anime and give my thoughts about it. So let's start with the cover of the book. So if you can see, the cover of the book is themed in a green palette, and I really like the cover of the book. It looks so good, and I believe the poster of the movie was also based on this cover only. And the spine, if you can see, is really small. It should not take too much time for me to finish this volume, and the back of the manga looks like this. So let's read the description that is given in the back. So it is given that the overly confident Fujino and the shut-in Kiyomoto couldn't be more different, but a love of drawing manga brings these two small-town girls together. A poignant story of growing up and moving forward that only Tatsuki Fujimoto, the creator of Chainsaw Man, could have crafted. So yeah, I'm really excited to jump into this because I have heard a lot of good things about it, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. But first, as our channel name is Anime Brews, we're gonna brew some coffee and then jump into it. So if you can see, this is my small coffee space. I have my coffee machine and my cups down here. There is an art piece down here where it is written that Budget First Coffee, which is how I start my day. And there is a Spice and Wolf figurine, if you can see, which I thought goes really well with the entire coffee setup down here. And I'm gonna use my one-piece cup, which was gifted to me by some of my friends on my birthday, and I really love it. So I'm gonna use this. I'm not sure if you guys can see me or not, but if you guys want to know what kind of coffee I'm using right now, it's basically nothing special. It's a normal Nescafe coffee, and I do not use any fancy beans or anything like that. I haven't used them. They're really expensive. Might use them down along the line, but I like to have some coffee while I'm reading manga, and not sure, but it kind of enhances my experience sometimes. So yeah. So just wanted to ask you guys in the comment section below, you can answer. What kind of coffee do you guys like? Do you guys milk coffee or black coffee? Which would you prefer more? Personally, I prefer the taste of black coffee without sugar, and that's what I'm going for right now. But let me know, and if you guys have any suggestions regarding my coffee making or coffee preparation, you can let me know as well. But for now, this is a process that I go through. I just take the coffee, and if the filtered powder, it has some, like, it becomes stuffed, right? So I use this for that, but today I did not need this. The machine is ready. Now I'm gonna use it. Now the hot water is going to come out, and we need to wait for a few minutes for that, and it has started coming out. So now that our coffee is ready, let's jump right straight into the manga. Done. Welcome back again, guys. So I just finished reading Look Back, and it was a really incredible read. Like, I do not know how Tatsuki Fujimoto does this. Like, he has a unique art style and unique way of telling a story, such a simple story, but reaching real depths in your heart. While I was reading and going through the panels, I really like went back in time when I was a child as well, and I was in school. I was in art class myself, and I used to compare with others, just like Fujino did with Kiyomoto. So let's dial back a little bit. So the story, if you guys want to know, this is a spoiler warning. So the story is about Fujino, who is in her 5th or 6th grade, and she has a really talent for art, and she draws manga strips, 4-panel manga strips, and she is really liked by her peers. Everybody wants her to become a mangaka in the future. Everybody praises her. She has got a kind of an ego because of that, and suddenly she is introduced to a girl called Kiyomoto, who I believe is one grade lower than her or in the same grade. I can't remember actually right now. Fujino is in a newspaper club, and Kiyomoto is also a part of the newspaper club. She is a shut-in who doesn't come to school. So one of the teachers introduces her to Kiyomoto, and at first she is not really interested that much about Kiyomoto. Fujino thinks that nobody can beat her in her art, because for all this time she has always been praised as the best mangaka. She will be the mangaka in the future, and she herself tells that she isn't even trying to draw manga in the first place. But when she sees Kiyomoto's art for the first time, and the art is way better than hers, like it is way better, and she feels a little bit of an insecurity in herself, in her art. Until this point, she couldn't believe that someone from her grade could have been a better artist, a better mangaka than her, but that belief is shattered, and all of us can imagine ourselves in that position in some way or other. Like for me also, while I was in my art school, I was praised as one of the best artists by my parents, by my friends, by my teacher. But suddenly I found someone who was 2-3 grades below than me, who was way better artist than me, and that shattered my belief during that time as well. So I could really relate with Fujino in this aspect, because I went through the same thing that she is going through in this manga. Little by little, I also stopped doing art, and this manga is kind of inspiring me to go back to doing art again. While Fujino saw Kiyomoto's art, she started practicing her own art, trying to fulfill, like trying to be better than Kiyomoto. And she was trying all the time. She thought that Kiyomoto was going to the art school instead of coming to school, and that's why she had ample amount of time to increase the level of her art. But Fujino started working day in and day out to increase the level of her art so that she can be better than Kiyomoto. And remember that till now both of them have never met with each other, and I love these panels. Like most of the manga is with such beautiful panels of the room and how she is drawing and how she's practicing day in day night in different seasons, and I love the detail in the all of the panels. And if you can see, there is a calendar in the manga and it shows us the passage of time that is going on. This little kind of details I really love, and Tatsuki Fujimoto is really good at that. When they were in 6th graders, one of her friends also started calling her out, like she wasn't trying to make any friends, she wasn't getting involved in any of the friends. She was only involved in getting her art at the best possible level. Her parents, her sister were worried about her because she was only doing art. But after she reached 6th grade and she saw Kiyomoto's panel for the last time, and while comparing her art with Kiyomoto's art, she was done with it. Like I can relate to this so much because I have been in this position before as well. When I tried to increase the level of my art at that time, but as I mentioned, one of the guys who was younger than me was way better in art than I was, and I also gave up like Fujino. I haven't drawn that much after that time. I have like for a little bit, but not that much. Fujino really got out of her drawing phase. She joined the karate class of her sister and she tried to going out with her friends more. And by this time, while they got their diploma, one of the teachers wanted Fujino to deliver Kiyomoto's diploma because she was, as I mentioned, she was a shut-in. Fujino didn't want to meet her because why would she want to meet someone who she couldn't beat? And after the constant request from her teacher, she finally reluctantly goes to Kiyomoto's house and she sees this panel. Like, now she understands that this is not because she is talented or she is going to art school. She has been working way harder than Fujino has ever been. She sees a 4-strip empty panel, manga panel, and she draws in them and she passes it down the door. And while she's going out and telling Kiyomoto that the diploma is there, Kiyomoto comes out, and this is the first time these two girls meet with each other. And by a surprising twist, Kiyomoto is actually a fan of Fujino. She sees Fujino as her idol. She even asks her autograph, and because she doesn't have a paper, she asks her to sign her back. And this brings back Fujino back to her drawing phase because Kiyomoto asks Fujino why she has stopped drawing, and she mentions that she has been thinking about writing a manga, a complete full manga which she is going to put in a contest. And hearing that Kiyomoto really wants to see the manga come to life, as I mentioned, she is the biggest fan of Fujino right now, and getting that validation, because until this point Fujino has never gotten any validation for her efforts. She was drawing constantly, but her friends were telling her that she would be considered as an otaku if she continues this. Her parents, her sister, everyone was worried because she was constantly drawing, doing nothing else. And she didn't get any results from her side because from her point of view, she wasn't able to reach the level or overcome the level that Kiyomoto had. But when she got the validation from Kiyomoto herself, who is an extremely better artist than Fujino is, she was overwhelmed by joy. And this is the panel through which Tatsuki Fujimoto makes us realize that that is the validation that she required. And while coming back to the rain, she didn't change her clothes, she didn't do anything else, but started writing her first ever manga. And while doing that, she made Kiyomoto her assistant for the background drawings and background details. Again, Tatsuki Fujimoto shows how the seasons are changing, how these two girls are drawing all the time and trying to finish the manga that they were aiming for. The manga that they put out in the contest won the runner-up, and they got their first prize money or first hard-earned money from that. And as time goes on, they became really good friends as well, and they made a lot of mangas. But during this process, Kiyomoto was always the assistant and Fujino was the front face, because from the beginning it is shown that Fujino isn't interested in art as much as she was interested in the competition with Kiyomoto, which led until this point. A shift happens when Kiyomoto goes through a book called The World of Background Arts, and after that both of them are called by the company where they were giving out their manga, and they are told that their manga would get serialized, which is a really big deal for both of them. But right now Kiyomoto wants to separate herself from Fujino because she wants to go to an art school, which Fujino completely denies, because she tries to stop Kiyomoto by telling her that it is the degree of art school is not that good. She won't get a job because of that. She has been a background artist for her manga, so she is easily replaceable. So Fujino won't get hurt by this, but Kiyomoto might get hurt by going to art school. So Fujino tries to manipulate Kiyomoto a little bit, and she also tells that she has to talk with people, and since Kiyomoto is really shy, but she stands up for herself and she says that she is going to do whatever it takes to become a better artist. And that stuns Fujino. Now Fujino is alone right now. Kiyomoto has gone to the art school. And as usual in Tatsuki Fujimoto styles, you are not able to predict what is going to happen in the manga going forward. So a real twist happens when in January 10, 2016, while Fujino is drawing her serialized manga, she hears a report that a man with an axe has entered an art school and he went on a rampage, killing several students. She went up suddenly, called Kiyomoto, but nobody picked the call, and she got a call from her mother. And then next the panel shows that Kiyomoto has passed away by the attack of that killer, and Fujino can't forgive herself because she believes that it is her fault that this happened. Because if she didn't write the 4-strip manga to her door, Kiyomoto wouldn't have come out and this would not have happened. That is exactly what Tatsuki Fujimoto gives us. Now Fujino goes back in time and it is shown that things might have been different in a different perspective. I do not want to spoil that. Please go and look into the manga for yourself for that part. And I was really overwhelmed with how he handled the situation going forward. Please look into this manga and see for yourself. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about that. And we end the manga with a panel which is similar to the front cover. If you know, you know. And I would say this is one of the best single volume mangas that I have ever read. And I expected nothing less from Tatsuki Fujimoto. And I was really glad that I read this. We all have been in a place where we have been compared with someone else or the other, and the term Samajika Beta in India comes from that only. But this story emphasizes on how that comparison can make or break you depending on the situation, and the way these two girls' personality contrast with each other but they gain values from one another is what I love about this manga. And the ending, I can see any different ending better than this. So if you guys are interested into a manga which is a lower page count, I really recommend this manga to you guys. And you will finish this manga in a way small time because most of the pages do not even have the word bubble. Tatsuki Fujimoto wants you to feel the pages, and he has made a unique way of showing it and not telling it. And I love that about this manga. Please check this out, and if you guys like this video, please recommend this to your friends, like this video, subscribe this video. Please let me know if you want to see more videos like this, and I might make a video of the Look Back anime as well, because I really want to check that one out after this, because I have heard great things about that as well. And I believe the year that it came out, Gigak gave it the best anime that came out that year. So really looking forward to that as well. Thanks for watching till the end. Let's meet in the next one. Jane.